One of the issues, just if I may come in, General Gbor, is the fact that, for example, in the Southeast region, there's a clamor for a sixth state because most of the regions of the country, five of the regions have six states, one has seven. So would you create one more state to have a balance for the Southeast region, for example, in your restructuring plan?
My restructuring plan, if there's need to recreate state, we will do it. But my emphasis will be on economic entities that are viable, that are sustainable and competitive. And if there is need to create state, we will do it, but I'm not after the balancing. I'm after productivity.
So haven't you, sorry if I'm aborting again, sorry if I'm aborting again, haven't you considered some of these issues in your quest to becoming Nigeria's president? For example, that very important issue to the southeastern region of the country, a lot of the Igbo people think that they are marginalized by not having a sixth state from that region. Haven't you considered this a major issue?
Well, the question you are asking me is related to the sharing, the sharing of the cake rather than baking of the cake. You are talking about having, for example, the East does not have, the eastern part of the country does not have the equal number of states as we have in the West or in the North, in some other parts of the North. But my own emphasis, as I said, I'm not after political restructuring. I'm after fiscal restructuring. Even I go to the West, and I discover that Lagos and some other Ogun states specialize in certain aspects of economy. We will focus on them as Lagos and Ogun as a unit. If it comes out to be viable, to be sustainable and competitive, it will be a unit, not necessarily having the former West as a region. You are talking about going back to the regions, and I'm against that. I want fiscal restructuring.
All right. Since you're forte, you're a retired Major General, the issue of security is very critical for Nigeria. For example, the herdsman-farmer clashes that we've seen in several states in the north-central region of the country, for example. We've seen some clashes also in Kaduna State. They are seeing the deaths of many Nigerians. How would you tackle some of these security challenges if you were elected president?
Well, one of my main concerns for being the president of Nigeria is to make sure Nigeria is peaceful, to make sure there is security, to make sure that for once, Nigerian life matters. The way Nigerians are being killed all over the country is unacceptable. And on becoming the president of this country, I will make sure there is peace all over the country. We have the armed forces, we have the police, but my first emphasis will be, my first concern will be all these areas that are involved in, the people like Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, or the farmers, clashes, the Niger Delta unrest. I will first of all engage all the disgruntled people. They are complaining. Maybe they're hungry.
Let me ask you this question. Sorry, Major General Gbor. Since you're talking in general terms, let me go to a more specific terms. Some of these killer herdsmen, would you declare them, for example, as terrorist groups?
Any human being that takes us arm and kills foreign Nigerians is a terrorist and will be treated as such. But Mike, what I will do is to set up ranches in the north, particularly in the northern part of Nigeria, and I will encourage the emirs, the businessmen, whoever can do it, to set up ranches where the herdsmen will keep their cattle there, and they will become productive. They'll be producing dairy products that can be exported to other parts of Nigeria and even outside the world. We will support them to do that. We will support anyone who wants to set up a dairy farm to do so. And besides, I'm also going to bring some irrigation activity in the north to convert the frontline states of the north, bordering the desert, to become the green zone of Nigeria.
All right.
We will plant trees, we will irrigate, yes, and we will, so that in the next 10 years, the north will start exporting timber to other parts of the country.
All right. And let's bring the conversation home now. Major General Gbor, is your party working with the coalition CUPP? And if not, your party, ABGA, is perceived in some section of the country as a regional political party. Do you have the spread to contest and to challenge the status quo politically up to the extent of winning a presidential election come 2019?
I'm sure of winning the presidential election come 2019. ABGA is not a regional party as most Nigerians refer to. ABGA is an offshoot of the NCNC, which was established on 26 August 1944. And the first chairman was Herbert Makulei. Dr. Nnamdi Ezike was elected the secretary of the party. And that continued until, when Herbert Makulei died, Nnamdi Ezike became the chairman of the party. And he continued to run the party until the military came in and stopped the political activities. And this party, during the military regime, the issue of Biafra came. Nigeria went to war and eventually brought Igbos back. And Ojukwu, who led the Biafra to the war against the federal government, when he came into reconciliation, the federal government reconciled under Shagari, President Shagari. The federal government reconciled.
I'm afraid that we're out of time, Major General Gbor. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA. Thank you so much for talking to us on the program. We need to take a break now. We'll take a moment on the program, and when we return, up next, we'll turn our attention to the crisis which is rocking the APC, one that has chased Senator Shehu Sani out of the party to the PRP. It tells us the real reasons he left the APC. Join us again, everyone.